Welcome to another startup and complete car documentation. What we have here today is a 2011 Hyundai Sonata Limited.
This Sonata is painted in Phantom Black Metallic.
Chrome door handles. On the key fob, you have the buttons for lock, unlock, trunk release, and panic, and you also have smart key access for the front doors. Front door panels do have storage areas with bottle holders, and of course you have power windows, locks, and mirrors.
The Limited trim adds full leather seating surfaces, and this one comes in the black interior color scheme.
You do get a fully powered driver's seat. And now that we're behind the wheel, let's go ahead and start the engine. You do have push button start.
One of Hyundai's longest-running models, the Sonata is their entry into the midsize sedan segment, competing with other hot sellers like the Toyota Camry and Honda Accord. The Sonata nameplate made its debut for 1985, although the first-gen Sonata was only sold in Korea and was basically a more luxury-equipped Hyundai Stellar. For the launch of the Sonata's second generation in 1988, however, it was no longer based on a pre-existing model, and it was also now sold in a vast number of markets, including the US. It also switched from a rear-wheel drive to a front-wheel drive platform. As of the 2023 model year, the Sonata is currently in its 8th generation. This 2011 model we have here represents the 6th generation of the Sonata, codenamed YF, which was produced in the US from model years 2011 through 2015, although 2015 US market YF Sonatas were hybrid only. The 6th Gen Sonata was the second vehicle after the 2nd Gen Hyundai Tucson to utilize Hyundai's at the time new fluidic sculpture design language, and thus the 6th Gen Sonata looks way more radically styled than the outgoing generation. The YF generation Sonata shares its platform with the 3rd generation Kia Optima, although the two cars do get completely unique styling inside and out from one another. In certain international markets, the YF Sonata was badged as the Hyundai i45. This was also the first generation of the Sonata to offer a gas-electric hybrid variant. So the 2011 model year US market non-hybrid Hyundai Sonata came in 3 trim levels, which included GLS, SE, and Limited. As for the 2011 Sonata Hybrid, it had 2 trim levels, which were Standard and Premium package. As for engines, the non-hybrid Sonata had 2 to choose from, which included a 2.4-liter naturally aspirated inline-4 with up to 200 horsepower, which the one in this video uses, or a 2-liter Turbo 4 with 274 horsepower, the latter of which being an option on SE and Limited. Finally, the Sonata Hybrid paired up a naturally aspirated 2.4-liter inline-4 with an electric motor to produce 206 horsepower. Transmissions included a 6-speed manual, which could only be had on the base GLS trim, or a 6-speed automatic, which most Sonatas came with.
The instrument cluster houses 2 analog gauges, your tachometer and speedometer, with your fuel and temperature gauges being digital, as you can see. Then you also have a small digital info display, which can be gone through via buttons on the steering wheel. It has a 4-spoke design, partially leather-wrapped, multifunctional steering wheel. As for controls, it houses your audio controls, Bluetooth and voice control, your cruise controls, and info display controls. The steering wheel is tilt and telescopic. The parking brake is foot operated. Right here are your power fuel door and trunk releases, panel dim, traction control, climate vent for the driver. Right here is your exterior lighting stock. And then on this side is your wiper stock. Going down the center of the interior, you have your central climate vents. Your whole radio head unit is right here with this pretty large display screen. You have AM, FM, Sirius XM, and a 6-disc CD changer. Your hazard switch, push button ignition, passenger airbag indicator. You have all the controls for your dual zone automatic climate control. A storage compartment. In front of the shifter you have some storage along with 2 power outlets, a USB port, and an aux port. You have 2 cup holders, a little bit of storage next to the shifter. Got 2-stage heated front seats, 2-tiered center console, along with a little slot to store the key fob. Glove box is lockable. Both sun visors do have vanity mirrors and lights, as well as card holders. Auto-dimming rear view, garage home link, sunglass holder, overhead lighting, and power sunroof controls. Grab handles in front passenger and rear passengers. Here's the radio. There is, well, you push it for power, and then there is a bit of a menu you can go through, or several menus, which we have right here. Go through via that. Now, we'll go ahead and roll down the driver's window and then take a look at the engine bay. The driver's window is fully automatic.
The limited trim adds a set of 17-inch 5-split-spoke alloy rims. This Limited is propelled by the US market Sonata's base engine for 2011, which is the Theta 2 2.4-liter naturally aspirated inline-4. It's an all-aluminum engine with dual overhead camshafts and 4 valves per cylinder, as well as dual continuously variable valve timing and direct injection. In limited models, horsepower is rated at 198 at 6,300 RPM, with torque being rated at 184 pound-feet at 4,250 RPM. Channeling that power to the front wheels is a 6-speed automatic transmission with a manual shifting mode. Running on regular unleaded with an 18.5-gallon fuel tank, EPA estimates for a Sonata equipped like this one are 22 mpg in the city and 34 mpg on the highway. It has a McPherson strut front suspension and a multi-link rear suspension. Stopping the car are 4-wheel disc brakes, and curb weight is somewhere around 3,200 to 3,300 pounds.
fuel doors on the driver's side. Storage and bottle holders on the back door panel. You even have single stage heated rear seats. Pretty impressive feature for a 10-year-old Hyundai Sonata. There are mat pockets on the backs of the front seats. Rear passengers do get their own climate vents, as well as a folding center armrest with 2 cup holders. Grab handles, got a coat hook on this side. And space, as someone who's about 6'1", is quite good, especially when the driver's seat, I put it where I'd have it if I was driving. This is a pretty roomy midsize sedan. And yeah, heated rear seats on a mainstream brand car, non-luxury, this old, I think is pretty cool. Single exhaust.
Trunk space in the 2011 Sonata is 16.4 cubic feet. You can fold down the rear seats to allow for more space.
Really quite a large trunk as well. Plus you can fold the rear seats. Anyhow, thanks for checking out this tour of this 2011 Hyundai Sonata. And as always, stay on the lookout for future tours.